You were, I think, going to go to the Clive Davis party.
Yes.
It was a surreal event where Whitney's body was still in the hotel, and there was this sort of party where apparently half the room were in tears.
I don't know what could motivate a person to have a party in a building where the person whose life he had influenced so enormously. But I don't have any of that crap now because I know how to handle it. I know the power that I have over whatever. All that.
Rapper and businessman Sean Diddy Combs was already at the center of a federal probe with accusations of S-Wall abuse mounting when CNN decided to make him jump from a frying pan right into the fire. With exclusive video surveillance footage, CNN gave a glimpse of an irate Diddy Combs assaulting his then-girlfriend in a Los Angeles hotel in 2016, which some experts believe will only add more urgency to a federal S-Trang investigation into the star.
New surveillance footage obtained exclusively by CNN appears to corroborate some of the allegations of abuse against music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. The video, captured on multiple cameras, shows Combs wearing only a towel.
And now, reportedly, the giant media house is said to have in its custody another footage of singer Chaka Khan exposing both Diddy and his mentor, Clive Davis. The first video released by CNN shows Diddy chasing, kicking, dragging, and hurling a glass vase at Cassie, a singer whose real name is Cassandra Ventura. The video corroborates parts of a civil lawsuit Cassie filed against the Bad Boy founder last year, which was settled in a single day. And now, following unfortunate events that have been befalling Diddy, legendary singer Chaka Khan is also opening up about her past traumatic experience at the hands of Diddy. And CNN reportedly has all the juice, including another incriminating video. Khan has responded after her daughter called out the disgraced business mogul for yelling and screaming at the 71-year-old singer, days after he apologized for beating ex-girlfriend Cassie in a 2016 video. The 54-year-old, who has been the subject of numerous allegations and lawsuits, shared an apology video on Instagram in which he called his behavior inexcusable.
I mean, I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable.
Cassie broke her silence following the revelations as she said domestic violence had broken her. In the video's comments section, Khan's daughter, Indira Malini Khan, slammed the rapper for his treatment of the I'm Every Woman singer and celebrated his downfall. I'm glad this is happening to you. You got in my mother's face and publicly disrespected her, yelling and screaming like a lunatic, she wrote. Now, the I'm Every Woman singer has revealed that she had faced personal lessons, suggesting that violence and abuse can take many forms, as she responded to the interaction. In these troubling times, I'm reminded that the energies of violence and abuse can take many forms, affecting individuals and communities worldwide, she said. As someone who has faced personal lessons, I believe in the power of meditation, prayer, and inner peace to bring light and hope to our lives and the world around us. She continued, we can address most issues, prevent negativity, and cultivate compassion by seeking self. Let us take responsibility for our actions, strive to be better, and support those who are hurting. May we find strength and grace and wisdom as human beings, walking towards a more loving and just world. Khan's daughter had further alleged that Diddy ordered his security team to attack her brother as he tried to protect the music legend. When my little brother tried to get you out of my mother's face, your security jumped my 19-year-old brother, she continued. She went on to tag the 71-year-old singer as she celebrated the mogul's downfall. These may be your dark days, but I'm singing and dancing watching your demise, Chaka Khan. Isn't it great, Mom? She wrote. More and more people are coming out to accuse the troubled music mogul of different crimes, and it now seems like there's no surviving the onslaught of his victims. He is definitely going down. Myla Morales, a makeup artist who previously worked with both Diddy Combs and Cassie Ventura, said she saw signs of the alleged abuse while the record producer and singer dated. In an interview with Extra published on Tuesday, May 21st, Morales claimed that one alleged incident that took place during Grammy weekend at the Beverly Hills Hotel over 10 years ago will never leave her memory. Morales recalled, all I witnessed was Combs walking into the room and saying, "Where the F is she?" And I didn't know what was going on. I was like, I just woke up from a slumber, and next thing you know, all I hear from the bedroom was just S that I don't want to go back and think about. I did not know what was going on. All I could think of was to get her out of there, Morales said. She went on to describe the Me and You singer's appearance after she returned to the room. She was bruised. I mean, badly bruised, like knots on her head, a black eye, Morales said of Cassie, now 37. Morales continued, all I cared about was to get her to safety, and I took her into my house and kept her there for a few days. I literally called my friend, who was a doctor at the time, to treat her because we couldn't bring her to the hospital. We didn't know what the hell to do at that point. Who are we going to call? I'm scared just even talking about this, but I feel like somebody has to, she said. Earlier in the interview, Morales said that others also felt intimidated by Diddy. We were always scared of Puff, she said, referencing his previous stage name, Puff Daddy. He's a powerful person, and we don't know what would happen to us if we spoke out. Another source, who spoke anonymously, also told Extra about what they witnessed following the alleged incident. Cassie definitely had a black eye for sure. Her lip was swollen. She had bruises on her body. She looked really bad. She was advised to go to the ER to rule out major head trauma, but she was too scared. She was just scared and deflated. It was really sad, the source said. Morales aside, Diddy's former bodyguard has also shared his thoughts on the ongoing debate. On the May 20th episode of Piers Morgan Uncensored, Roger Bonds opened up about his time working for the music mogul.
How many times did you personally witness him be violent towards women?
Around 4 or 5 times.
Was that all with Cassie, or was it Cassie and other women?
I seen him with Cassie and I seen him with Kim.
When Piers Morgan asked him how many times he witnessed Diddy be violent toward women, Bonds replied, around 4 or 5 times. I've seen him with Cassie, and I've seen him with Kim Porter, his kid's mother, claims the former head of security of the incidents. Bonds added that he had allegedly witnessed Diddy get into wrestling and punching matches with women. When he saw the 2016 video that showed the I'll Be Missing You artist shoving and kicking his ex-girlfriend Cassie, Bonds thought, he's up to the same games. It didn't surprise me when I saw it because I've seen things of this nature before, he alleges of Puffy's behavior. I've gotten in between things of this nature before, and this was back in 2012.
My reaction was, he's up to the same games. My reaction was, he never mentioned Cassie's name in that apology. So to me, he didn't humble himself enough.
On May 19th, the hip-hop star shared an apology via an Instagram video for the altercation that took place between him and Cassie in the 2016 surveillance video, which was released by CNN on May 17th and matches allegations his ex-girlfriend made in a now settled lawsuit from last November. It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life, the rapper said in the clip. Sometimes you gotta do that. I was FE'd up. I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. He added, I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. Disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help, going to therapy, going to rehab. I had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry, but I'm committed to be a better man. Each and every day, he continued. Diddy then concluded the video by stating he was not asking for forgiveness and was truly sorry. The makeup artist and the security personnel aside, Diddy's former assistant has also publicly thrown her weight behind Cassie. The rapper's former assistant says that despite having never seen him act abusive toward Cassie Ventura in public during the time she worked for him, there was not one cell in my body that was surprised by the singer's November lawsuit against Diddy or the recently surfaced 2016 footage of him assaulting her in a hotel. Susie Siegel, who worked as Diddy's assistant from 2008 to 2009, told CNN that she never saw him speak harshly to her or be abusive toward her or anything like that, while adding that she felt sick and violently angry by recent developments. I rode in limos with them. I went to parties with them. I guess what I would say is, even though I never saw anything that could corroborate what's in that lawsuit and what we just saw, there was not one cell in my body that was surprised, Siegel said. I would say that I was around him a lot, and I got a feeling for who he was, she added. I didn't see anything that could get him in trouble, but I think that there's a power dynamic in a situation like that, especially her, at the beginning of her career, so young and beautiful and talented, Siegel, who said she worked for Diddy around the beginning of his relationship with Cassie, added that she was not personally mistreated by him. "I didn't see that proof," she said. "Obviously, I saw it with the rest of America today, but when I saw it, I knew that it was something that he could be capable of," the rapper's former assistant continued. Now, back to Chaka Khan and Diddy. It's not hard to see why the singer's daughter was so pissed at Diddy wailing at her mum. Khan herself went through hell as a young singer, and her story is nothing but encouraging. Born on March 23, 1953, in Great Lakes, Illinois, singer Chaka Khan achieved great success as part of the soul-funk band Rufus, delivering hits like Tell Me Something Good, Sweet Thing, and Hollywood. She embarked on a solo career in the late 70s and made waves on the charts again with tunes like I'm Every Woman, I Feel For You, This Is My Night, and Through the Fire. A phenomenal vocalist, Khan has won numerous Grammy Awards.
Lifetime achievement. Chaka Khan, a diva of 25 years on the scene.
Khan was born Yvette Marie Stevens in Chicago, Illinois. Known for her powerful voice, her great volume of curly hair, and her charismatic stage presence, Khan first exploded onto the music scene in the 1970s. She formed her first group, the Crystalettes, with her sister, Yvonne, when she was only 11. Some of Khan's early musical heroines include Billie Holiday and Gladys Knight. The sisters later became involved in the Afro Arts Theater and started another musical group known as the Shades of Black. In 1969, Khan became active in the Black Power movement, joining the Black Panther Party and working with the organization's free breakfast program for children. Around this time, she took on a new name, Chaka Adune Adufe Yemoja Hodari Karifi. She also said goodbye to her formal education, dropping out of high school. In the early 1970s, after performing with a few other groups, Khan joined the band Rufus, which had a strong R&B and funk sound. The world got its first taste of Khan's powerhouse vocals when the group released its eponymous debut album in 1973, which spawned such modest hits as Whoever's Thrilling You and Feel Good. The follow-up album, Rags to Rufus of 1974, was a smash commercially and critically. Stevie Wonder penned for the band the hit single Tell Me Something Good, which sold more than 1 million copies. The group also scored a Grammy Award for Best R&B Vocal Performance by a duo, group, or chorus for the song. Rufus, which was renamed Rufus featuring Chaka Khan and then Rufus and Chaka Khan, continued to have a number of successes over the coming years. The band scored a top 10 pop hit with the zestful Once You Get Started, and Khan helped write the single Sweet Thing, which climbed to the top of the R&B charts and was also a top 5 pop hit. Later hits included the introspective ballad Hollywood, about the pitfalls of the famed locale, as well as the gleeful Do You Love What You Feel and the no-nonsense Ain't Nobody. While she recorded with Rufus until the early 1980s, Khan debuted as a solo artist in the late 1970s. In 1978, she released Chaka, which featured the #1 R&B hit and empowerment anthem I'm Every Woman, written by Nicholas Ashford and Valerie Simpson. Khan's second solo album, 1980's Naughty, offered the popular singles Clouds, also penned by Ashford and Simpson, and Papillon, aka Hot Butterfly. And in a twist of synchronicity, she won 2 Grammy Awards as a solo artist and 1 as a member of Rufus in 1983. The following year, however, Chaka, the solo artist, reigned supreme. Covering a Prince song, she made major moves on the charts with I Feel For You, a top 5 smash. Featuring one of the most famous rap cameos of all time by Melly Mel, the infectious track incorporated elements of rap, R&B, and electronic dance music. It also won Khan another Grammy Award in 1984. Other hits from the album include This Is My Night and Through the Fire. During the 1980s and early 90s, Khan established herself as a steady presence on the R&B charts with top 20 hits like What Cha Gonna Do For Me, Got to Be There, Can't Stop the Street, It's My Party, Love You All My Lifetime, and You Can Make the Story Right. Though the popularity of the singer's albums eventually declined with shifting musical trends, she still put forth critically acclaimed music. She won another Grammy in 1990 for her duet with the legendary Ray Charles on I'll Be Good to You, from Quincy Jones's 1989 Back on the Block album, and another one in 1992 for The Woman I Am. Khan also became known for her contributions to the soundtracks for the films Clockers and Waiting to Exhale, both from 1995. Later in the decade, she released the well-received Prince-produced set Come to My House in 1998. In 2002, Chaka Khan scored her 8th Grammy Award, this time for her cover of Marvin Gaye's What's Going On with the Funk Brothers. Experimenting with different musical styles, she released an album of standards with the London Symphony Orchestra entitled Classy Khan in 2004. Making her first original recording in years, Khan returned to the studio to create Funk This in 2007, a diverse mix of songs and guests. The ballad Angel came from a poem she wrote while high years earlier, while the up-tempo Disrespectful paired Khan with one of her musical proteges, Mary J. Blige. And on the cover of You Belong to Me, she sang with Michael McDonald, a former member of the Doobie Brothers. She also included a few more remakes on the album, including tracks by Prince, Jimi Hendrix, and Joni Mitchell. The singer returned to the airwaves in 2016 with the single I Love Myself, with portions of sales going to the domestic abuse organization Face Forward and Stomp Out Bullying. She also sang with 2 of her siblings on that year's dance track, House of Love, by FOMO. In 2018, Khan released Like Sugar, which became the first single from her 2019 album, Hello Happiness. But the legendary vocalist is not only good at singing. While living in London in the 1990s, Khan branched out into acting, appearing as Sister Carrie in the musical Mama, I Want to Sing. In 2003, the artist shared her life story with the world in her autobiography, Chaka Through the Fire. In it, she detailed her career as well as her years of substance abuse. Chaka described the loneliness she felt while touring. She was often away from her 2 children, which only compounded her sadness and guilt. Chaka told Jet magazine, I think a big part of my drug thing was escaping from those feelings. She also revealed that she had a history of bad luck when it came to relationships. In 2008, Chaka Khan made her Broadway debut and appeared as the character Sophia in the musical The Color Purple, based on the book by Alice Walker. Twice married and divorced, Khan gave birth to daughter Malini in 1973 and son Damien in 1979. Toward the end of the 1990s, she established the Chaka Khan Foundation, which provides education programs to at-risk children and helps low-income families with autistic children. In 2004, Khan faced a personal tragedy when Damien was arrested and charged with M. He and a friend had been fighting in her home when Damien accidentally shot the other man. Rallying her family together, Khan attended the trial and testified on her son's behalf. He was found not guilty in 2006. In July 2016, the singer announced that she and her sister Yvonne, aka Taka Boom, would be entering rehab due to prescription drug addictions, having been moved to do so after the overdose-related death of Prince. The tragic death of Prince has had us both rethinking and reevaluating our lives and priorities, Khan said in an official statement. We knew it was time to take action to save our lives. My sister and I would like to thank everyone for their support, love, and prayers. So the old bird has faced her fair share of tragedies in the past, but being assaulted by Diddy wasn't one that she hoped for. Insiders believe that Diddy was mad at her because she refused over the years to work closely with Clive Davis, a man who is known to have played a big role in Puffy's rise to the top. As you would expect, Diddy has strongly denied all of the allegations against him. His attorneys have branded the lawsuits and their accusations as money grabs, baseless, or sickening. As of now, the entertainer has not been formally charged or accused by federal prosecutors of any crime, but that is expected to change any time now. With hands on the clock, we are all curious, and we are all waiting. And that's it from us today until next time. Thank you for watching.